Okay, today I'm going to show you how to configure a Cisco router as a DHCP server. First we got to set up a connection from this workstation to this customer router, so we're going to use a console. Okay. And there we go, we have that. And we're going to come into customer workstation, desktop. And terminal. You're going to click OK and to hit enter to get to our passwords. Cisco is 1, and now we want to enable it to enter global, and again we're going to have a password, which again it's Cisco, and we are now at the customer router, and here we want to go configure terminal, and now we are at the customer router config range. We're going to configure the addresses to be excluded. IP DHCP excluded dash address, and here we're going to be doing some typing with numbers 192.168.1.1, and it's a range sort of. 192.168.1.49. We're going to hit enter, and now we're going to create our DHCP pool, IP DHCP pool called pool 1. Now we're going to define the network address range, and again you're going to be typing a bit, so we're going to go network 192.168.1.0 space. Make sure your space goes in there. And my space bar tends to be a little rambunctious, so 1055.255.255.0, which is our subnet mask. DNS server is what we're going to do next. DNS server, which is, this is what we're defining. And it is going to be 192.168.1.10. So that's our definition for our server. Now we're going to define our default gateway. So you have to type in all these wonderful commands, and we're going to actually not type default gateway, we're going to type default router 192.168. You'll notice so far we haven't copied our commands too much. Now we're going to add an exclusion range. So first we have to type exit, and you'll notice that gets us out of the DHCP. So IP DHCP excluded address, and don't forget these silly hyphens, address 192.168.1.1, and again 192.168.1.49, which we've already seen. And now we need to exit the terminal by hitting Control Z, and you see it's doing its thing, and we're back at the customer router. And now we're on the customer workstation. We can close our terminal. Oops, I opened the terminal again, and go for a command prompt. We are going to IP config /release to release the current IP address, which we don't want anymore. ipconfig, we're going to get a new one, /renew, and this is giving us information. Okay, and if you remember from before, the ISR for the Cisco router is 192.168.1.1. So to check this, we're going to do ping 192.168.1.1, and we're going to see if our ping works. And we're getting good replies, and we received all of them. So you just learned how to configure a router as a server. I hope this helped.